For years, the dead internet theory was treated as a fringe conspiracy, the paranoid idea that most online activity was completely artificial. Today, it is a measured economic reality. This chart visualizes a critical tipping point. Current cybersecurity data shows that 51% of all global web traffic is now generated by non-human actors. Humans are officially a minority on their own network. Human participation online is bound by strict physical limits. Every article we read or video we create costs us time and energy. We fatigue, and our biology forces us to process tasks linearly. This graph compares that linear human output against the exponential trajectory of AI agents. These autonomous programs execute millions of actions simultaneously without rest. Their marginal cost to create or engage is effectively zero. An economy of infinite synthetic generation is actively subsuming human creative output. We are competing with systems that can produce more content in a second than a person can in a lifetime. To understand how this happened, you have to look at how the internet was built. The foundational protocols were designed for one primary job: delivering packets of information as fast as possible across a decentralized network. That architecture is stateless. Every time you load a page or send an email, the server handles the request in isolation. The system was engineered to ignore the identity of the sender to maximize speed. In a human-speed internet, this missing layer of trust was manageable. Society patched the hole using external guardrails, relying on journalistic standards, academic credentials, and the reputation of specific domain names to prove a source was authentic. These legacy guardrails collapse when a stateless network encounters machine-speed automation. A system that cannot remember identity breaks instantly when flooded with synthetic actors. Businesses are actively exploiting this zero-cost architecture to monopolize digital real estate. Fully automated YouTube channels have become a premier example of this shift. A single operator can set up an entire production pipeline without touching a camera. AI software performs the keyword research, drafts the script, generates the text-to-video visuals, and applies a realistic synthetic voiceover. Traditional security friction fails to slow this pipeline down. IP blocking is bypassed with residential proxies, and AI content detectors are caught in an endless race against models trained to randomize their outputs. Even visual CAPTCHAs are effectively obsolete. Advanced AI vision models now solve these image puzzles with higher accuracy than human users. These defense mechanisms are useless because they rely on adding human-scale friction to an entity capable of operating at infinite machine scale. As the cost of generation drops, the target shifts from automated videos to the extraction of human biometric identity. Voice cloning has become a primary vector for exploitation. In what researchers call the voice crisis, professional voice actors are discovering their public recordings are being scraped without consent to train the very AI models designed to replace them. That extracted identity is then weaponized. This viral audio clip depicting soccer star Lionel Messi appeared ahead of a national election. The cloned audio falsely showed him endorsing candidate Javier Milei. It was a deliberate attempt to distort the democratic process using a trusted voice. These targets include high-level government officials. Hackers recently targeted Ben Cardin, the chair of the U.S. Senate Foreign Relations Committee, in a sophisticated espionage attempt. The attackers bypassed standard security by conducting a live video call. They used real-time synthetic video and audio to impersonate Dimitro Kuleba, a known diplomatic contact. Human identity has been reduced to a scalable data point. In the synthetic economy, your voice and likeness are simply persuasive assets waiting to be harvested. The sheer volume of synthetic media creates epistemic pollution. When plausible fakes flood the ecosystem, the credibility of all recorded media degrades. This creates the liar's dividend. When a public figure is caught on tape in a genuine scandal, they can now plausibly deny the evidence by claiming it was an AI-generated deepfake. This compromises the work of legitimate journalists and investigators. Their most powerful tool for accountability, audio and video evidence, is being neutralized. Solving this creates a dangerous paradox. We could mandate digital provenance to prove a video is real, but that exact same metadata would expose the identities of vulnerable whistleblowers and activists. The saturation of synthetic media renders authentic evidence unverifiable. We are losing the foundational capacity to trust reality at all. Faced with the collapse of digital authenticity, major institutions are choosing to profit from the shift rather than fight it. This capitulation is evident in a high-profile partnership involving the streaming platform Spotify. They've teamed up with Universal Music Group to launch a paid tool. It allows fans to create AI-generated covers and remixes using official artist catalogs. The economic logic is calculated. Corporations realize that fighting an infinite, zero-cost technology is impossible. Their only survival strategy is to license the technology and tax the output. The internet has permanently transformed into a machine-to-machine network. Until we engineer a new architecture secured by cryptographic proof, our baseline has shifted. We must assume the internet is synthetic until proven human.